I know what this place is. The timekeepers have built quite the circus. And I see the clowns are playing their parts to perfection.
Big metaphor guy.
So I'll start. Hello.
Okay, sir.
Huh? So I will start now. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Huh? So I need to start. Okay. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So today. Okay. So today will toxicity. So you can diagnose knowing their side effects, toxicity. So toxicity. So whatever we have the disease, so all comes from the toxicity. Toxicity. So it can, and as I told you before, the chemicals or medicines, food materials made in the laboratory are all toxic for human being. So today we'll discuss toxicity organ. It will be like a blood, skin, genetic, hepato means liver, immuno, toxicity, nephro, neuro, reproductive system means our and respiratory system. Toxicity organ, genetic, reproductive for male and female both, and respiratory system. So gradually all we will discuss. So if you so blood is connected with our heart, liver, bone marrow. Toxic, so this organ will fail. For example, you will have a heart attack, you will have a liver, because liver mainly produce the blood cells. So liver will problem. So bone marrow also produce the blood. So bone marrow will problem. You will, and this is Evaporating is produced by the kidney, so kidney and uh, said bind with hemoglobin. So normally hemoglobin bind with oxygen. So this is the mechanism. So hemoglobin normally binds with oxygen and take the oxygen from the lung to the tissue and take the carbon dioxide from the tissue to bring to the lung. This is the blood circulatory system. This is their job. But if our blood is toxic, they will not bind oxygen from the lung and will not bring to the tissue. So what they will do, they will bind with the carbon monoxide and to suffer from this, you will not be able to breathe. When you see someone cannot breathe properly, problem has come. Anything means oxygen is not going inside, and carbon dioxide is like a wastage body. So if I ask you, someone asks the mechanism, you need to say carbon dioxide bind with hemoglobin rather than oxygen, and carbon monoxide is very toxic, when it's bind with blood cell. So blood need to be toxic, and you will have a skin problem. You will have many problem. Heart problem will show, spleen problem will show, kidney problem will show, and bone marrow. All problem will come at the same time. So chloramphenicol increase the liquid side, then you will understand the chloramphenicol. And it is also chloramphenicol. It's a chemical, toxic chemical. So benzene, when it will be a chloramphenicol, like mainly affect the bone marrow, and benzene. So this also damages. It creates the leukemia, means blood cancer. So it damages the bone marrow. It has been changed. Globenia is like a short one kind of blood coagulation and blood shortage, etc. Arteriosclerosis accumulation, so low density lipoprotein will be accumulated to the heart if your blood is not circulating. So if your blood is toxic by benzene, by chloramphenicol, or carbon dioxide bind with hemoglobin, etc., like this, then your arteriosclerosis is a kind of disease, you know. So lipoprotein will accumulate in the vein and the blood arteries and vein, like this. So when you see this type of symptoms of the patient, so you need to understand the blood is toxic. So blood toxic symptoms are like this. The patient will not be able to breathe, and leukocytes will decrease in the bone marrow, and leukemia will happen if the benzene is also toxic. So benzene, carbon monoxide, chloramphenicol, and methaglobin, all are toxic for blood. And arteriosclerosis is a kind of disease, you know. So low density lipoprotein will be, LDL will be accumulated in the heart, vein, blood vessel, and then you can have a heart attack. And the blood vessel will be shrink, and have a high sense. So blood is a heart attack. They will test only the low density lipoprotein. They don't think how this is coming. This is not, LDL is not coming. This is not the solution.
Sir, we
Sir,
cannot hear you properly.
Okay. So now you can hear. Now it's okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I have a
Because I
question, sir.
also take the lecture. Okay.
Sir.
But other classes also problem. So if you use the cell phone, maybe you can have some problem. Okay. So mechanism. So if you see the low density lipoprotein heart attack.
Sir, is there any difference between chloramphenicol and chloramphenicol?
Hello.
15 মিনিট
I also can't hear you. I think your internet connection is the problem.
Sir, is
Hello.
there any difference between
Huh?
chloramphenicol and chloramphenicol?
Yes. Chloramphenicol. Yes. You can have decrease in the leukocytes in the bone marrow. So then you'll see the symptom. The patient will have a bone types of pain come. This is toxicity by the chloramphenicol. Bone marrow toxicity by the chloramphenicol. Bone marrow, you know this bone marrow. Where is bone marrow is located? You know this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
It's
you know
located.
the bone marrow. So I see the blood cancer patient. So I see the blood cancer patient. They also have a problem in that. Then they. So can you wait for 1 minute? I need to just receive and talk. Okay, important. Hello. Krishna, I'm taking the classes. Can I talk to you later? Okay. So it will decrease in the it will decrease in the bone marrow, the toxicity of blood. Then when you go to the doctor, they say you need to transplant bone marrow transplant. This is the solution, but I don't think so. Bone marrow transplant give any result in the world. I did not find the problem is completely solved. The problem is chloramphenicol. You need to detox the chloramphenicol. So you also need to detox the carbon monoxide, so it can be toxic. So this part you need, if it is also possible. What? So do you have any question in this section? Hello. So you need to respond.
Yes,
I think
sir.
graduate student, bachelor student, they are responding more than you. They are huge responding in my lecture, but the master's student, you are a master's, no one is responding. You cannot hear. Your connection is problem. Many problem I see from you. I don't know why. Do you have any problem to understand? If you have,
Yes, sir.
the most important part is to understand the. Any question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. When I'll take the exam, then I'll understand. Okay. Skin toxicity. Skin toxicity means skin cancer can happen like corrosivity. So toxic material if you put on your skin, so skin can be corrosive, and hypersensitivity. So skin, you can have the skin hypersensitivity, and also finally can have a skin cancer and skin irritation. So gasoline, you know, gasoline like a kind of petrochemical. So you'll see in the petroleum industry they use the gasoline. So this can irritate, your skin can irritate, means skin can burn or irritating something, you can face problem like this. So did you see the metal sodium? Did you You see in your lab sodium chloride. Sodium chloride you have at our home, but I ask you sodium metal. Did you see?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, it's a very corrosive. See, if you put on your skin can damage within a second. Serious toxic material, sodium. So sodium can also your skin can damage corrosion, happen corrosion by the sodium metal. Skin hypersensitivity, so poison ivy. Poison ivy is a type of chemical. This is dangerous chemical. So it can create the skin hypersensitivity. Dermal means skin. So skin cancer and happen by also arsenic. Arsenic is the common problem in our country. You know, Bangladesh, many people are affected. Water has the arsenic. Also ultraviolet to make this, but first many journal, many books on the skin cancer, but I don't think so, because the people who are working outside, their whole day in the more working in the field, I don't see they have skin cancer. But skin cancer, I see different kind of people in Europe and America, Australia, like this area. I see someone has skin cancer like this. But this is not only the major cause for UV light, it only major cause maybe in other issues because of their skin structure issue. Their skin structure is different than us. Maybe they can, this is the cause, maybe they can happen like this. So arsenic is common like this. Arsenic is common in our country. So if you see arsenic, I see many people are more affected in skin problem. Then you see their skin rashes, their skin damage, or big skin damage will come, and then this is also a kind of skin cancer. Okay. The household chemicals we are using daily, many chemicals we are using at our home daily. These chemicals can conduct conjunctivitis, means corneal opacity is also eye, retinal and optic nerve damage. This chemical can damage the optic nerve. So chemicals so we are using chemicals to kill the insect, and also we are using chemicals to clean our bathroom. So bathroom can have maybe bad smell, but it does not mean nerve or a retinal or cornea or conjunctivity. This problem will come. This is why rich people always have, they don't want to take bad smell from the bathroom. They don't do bad smell. It will not have any problem for our health.
Sir, we cannot hear you properly, sir.
Yes,
Your
sir.
connection is very slow. Yes, sir.
I think last time you also say the internet 7 to 8 I took the class, but they say they hear me properly. They did not face any problem during my lecture. They say I also listen very well from them, but I think we need to change the time, because 9 o'clock now is using the internet now. This is the peak hour for using the internet. So maybe we can shift the time. What do you think?
Yes, sir. That
Yes,
will
sir.
be
It
better.
is visit time, sir.
Yes, sir.
Alkali causes several.
So 7 o'clock, 7 p.m.
So you have in the laboratory many acids, sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid, many acids, many caustic soda, many alkalis you will find in the lab. if you go to your eye can damage. Corticosteroids, cataracts. This can also create cataracts. Is a kind of chemical. Corticosteroids damage permanent nerve, and methanol also can cause the cancer. So methanol and ethanol, but ethanol we use for all type of drinks like wine, whiskey, brandy, beer. That's everywhere they use ethanol. They don't use because methanol are poison. But you know, in the of the district is like Gaibanda. Years 300 shop, he does not difference between methanol did by the methanol supply to the people. He's thinking both are null, both are alcohol, so he did not think others. So then he supplied to the methanol to the people. 300 people died instantly, and more than nerve, optic nerve means eye. So hepatotoxicity. Hepato means liver toxicity. So liver toxicity is a very good medicine, food, medicine, what any chemicals we are taking. At first, it absorbed by the liver. Alcohol or chemicals made in the laboratory for a long time, your liver can be affected. And additional is
স্যার নাই নাকি?
হ্যাঁ স্যার নাই।
আচ্ছা, স্যারের কথা কি সবাই প্রপারলি শুনতে পারেন?
না, আমার অনেক প্রবলেম হচ্ছে, আমি কিছুই শুনতে পাচ্ছি না।
কিছুই শোনা যাচ্ছে না।
হুম। স্যারের হয়তো এখানে নেটের প্রবলেম হয়েছে।
স্যার তো এটা মানতে নারাজ, স্যার তো কয় আমাদের সমস্যা।
আচ্ছা, কথা না বলি হঠাৎ করে চলে আসবে।
এখন সময় রাত 9:30।
ভারতের নেটে কখনো প্রবলেম হয় না।
এইসব বলতে হয় না, এসব বলা পাপ।
হারাম ভাই, হারাম।
একদম।
Hello,
জি স্যার, শুনতে পাচ্ছি।
now it's okay?
ইয়েস স্যার, ইটস ওকে।
Okay. So, hepatotoxicity. So, hepato means liver cell. Liver cell toxicity. So, liver is the biggest organ in our body. So, whatever we are taking now daily, everything at first by the liver. So, liver absorb medicine. So, the chemicals or medicine made in the laboratory are highly toxic for the liver. For example, is methanol, ethanol. Ethanol are highly toxic. And also medicine, if you continue for a long time, it will also be toxic. So if you ask your parents, fathers who are taking medicine for a long time, you will see first they will have a liver problem, and second will have a kidney problem. There's two problems you will see all the time, because medicines are product made in the laboratory. So laboratory product is always using for a long time will be the toxicity for the liver and kidney first. So liver toxicity, how you will understand? First, liver will be malfunction, bile duct, bile acid will be secreted, huge bile acid. Bile acid has connected with many other issues in the body. So I'll not go details at the moment now. Bile acid and gallbladder stone. So gallbladder is also a stone. It's a common. It comes from the bile acid. So if you have a high bile acid, you can have a gallbladder stone. This is common picture, and this can happen if your liver is toxic. So if you take medicine for a long time, so if you go to the poor people who lives in the asylum or who do not have money and who lives in the local poor area, they don't have this type of liver toxicity, hepatotoxicity, but this type of problem you will not see. So if liver is accumulated, you see this is the mechanism, steatosis. It is a mechanism, means liquid accumulation. So fatty liver. So fatty liver, I think if you analyze the prescription of the patient, many patients you will see they have a fatty liver. It's common. So mechanism is steatosis is called lipid accumulation in the liver cell, hepatocytes or liver cell, you can say like this. This is called mechanism. So fatty liver is the liver toxicity. So fatty liver will not come automatically. So if you continue toxic chemicals, inhaling or taking toxic chemicals for a long time, you can have lipid accumulation, means fatty liver. So if you see someone have a fatty liver, it is also, you need to think how will you detox the liver. See, if you detox the liver, maybe fatty liver problem can solve. This is the way you can make the treatment. So if you see the liver inflammation, many patients, you'll see this problem, liver inflammation, means hepatitis. So chemical hepatitis. The hepatitis can be happen, means normally we know hepatitis A virus, hepatitis B virus, and hepatitis C virus. These three viruses can make the liver problem, liver cancer, or liver damage, or liver inflammation. This is called chemical hepatitis. So except viruses, three viruses, chemical also can create the problem of the liver. This is called inflammation of the liver or liver cell damage. This type of. And then if you go to the doctor, they know only hepatitis B virus. They will make the test hepatitis B virus. They will make the test hepatitis A virus, hepatitis C virus. But this is the one reason to the inflammation or liver damage. Another reason is chemical. So toxic chemical accumulated by the liver can also be the hepatitis. But doctors will not think like this. Doctors are not thinking about this matter. They think only the hepatitis A, B, and C virus. This is why they don't solve the problem. So many who has a liver problem, do you think anyone can solve the problem? After taking this hepatitis B virus vaccine are available in the market. Even you will see highest number of people in the world died of by hepatitis B virus. Even people are taking vaccine.
স্যার কোন ধরনের আপনার টক্সিক সাবস্টেন্সের জন্য আপনার হেপাটাইটিস হয় স্যার?
কোন ধরনের
টক্সিক সাবস্টেন্স মানে
what I am saying, any kind of toxic substance, what I am saying to you in the over the past time, what lecture I gave to you.
ও আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে।
A chemical made in the laboratory.
ও আচ্ছা।
medicine all type of chemicals made in the laboratory, like additives, preservatives, and medicines made in the laboratory, not medicine extracted from the nature. Not this type of thing will not create problem. And pesticides, all toxic materials. I give you the lecture. Heavy metals, I give you heavy metals to the brain. I gave you the lecture on heavy metals to the brain. And additives they're using, and the casein, and also the gluten, aluminum hydroxide, mercury. This can chemical hepatitis. This can. So this is why the people who goes to the doctor about the liver problem, you don't see anyone can solve the problem. This solution you will see the zero problem. You will not see any problem solution by the hepatitis B A vaccine, hepatitis B vaccine. You will not see the solution. It's a common picture in Bangladesh. Because doctors don't think it comes by the chemical. They don't think. This is out of their thinking. Like a pharmacist, so you need to know both. It can be happened by the hepatitis B virus, hepatitis A virus, and hepatitis C virus. Also, it can be happened. Liver damage can be happened by the chemical, toxic chemical. These 2 points you need to keep in mind. So liver, so fatty liver, doctors in our country, they are thinking, so you have fatty liver means you have a high blood glucose. So they are thinking the fatty liver comes by the diabetes. But it is 1 point. This is the 10 to 20%, but 80% can be happened by the liver toxicity. But they are not thinking like this, but they don't treat the liver detoxic method. They are not applying. Hepatitis necrosis. Necrosis means damage, death. Necrosis is a scientific word. It means death, kill. Means hepatic cell, means hepatocytes, means liver cell. Hepatocytes means liver cell. So liver cell can damage by the liver inflammation, by the toxic chemicals, etc. like this. And the bile, so liver, the bile salts, you know, bile acid or bile salts, it can back to the liver. This is called intrahepatic cholestasis. If bile cells return back to the liver, so fatty liver can be happen. So if your liver is toxic, because bile salts are bile acids and bile salts are normally toxic. So if your liver is toxic, so bile salt will come and return back to the liver. So like dissolve, like toxic substance will dissolve to the toxic. So if your liver is toxic, the mainly liver metabolize the toxic substance and remove the toxic substance from the body through the kidney. But if liver itself toxic, so bile acid toxic substance will accumulate in the liver, so nothing to out from the liver, and finally we'll have a liver disease. And first it will inflame, this will be fatty liver, then will be liver tumor, then we'll have finally we'll have a liver cancer. Like hepatic cancer. Liver hepatic means liver cancer. But can liver cirrhosis. But in Europe, Japan, the country who drinks huge alcohol, they can have liver cirrhosis. And hepatocnecrosis means immunoreaction. So if your liver have a problem, whatever food you will take. If the food has a reaction with liver cells, hepatocytes, or if your liver is toxic, suddenly you will see the rapid change in your body. Means you will face some different problem you will see in your body. Suddenly, these are called hypersensitivity, immunohypersensitivity reaction. So you see the coronavirus in here. This is not the major issue. Coronavirus is not the major problem. Problem is the chemical. Ton pesticide we are using daily, and our liver is going to be toxic. Lung and liver is going to be toxic. So how can we blame the coronavirus? Coronavirus is not bad for the human being. It is good for the human being because this virus access to your body and it makes the antibody. And when you have antibody, another next virus will not be able to access to your body. It is like a soldier to protect from the other viruses. Like the same, when another country will come to the attack to our soldier, another country, normal people will not come to attack to our country. Another countries, their soldier will come to attack to your country, and our country have a soldier, they will protect them. The virus is like this. Coronavirus, when it will inhale in your body or access to your body, it will work as a military protection from the other virus, will work against them. So this is called hepatotoxicity. So immunotoxicity. Immunotoxicity means like an allergic reaction. You know, allergy, autoimmunity, allergic reaction. So if you have allergy with some food, so if you have a histamine H1 positive, H2 positive, H3 and H4. H2 means stomach and liver. So if you have a liver toxic, so you will have acidity, hypersensitivity, inflammation. After taking the food, suddenly body will inflame and you are not able to breathe. And your immunofunctional and your immunity will not function anymore. So this can happen. And liver toxic means you can have blood cancer.
So then what will be the procedure for detoxifying liver?
So detoxifying means you need to be away from this. So you don't take medicine for a long time. And you need to be chemical free, pesticide free. You need to free pesticide, you need to chemical pesticide. I gave you the lecture only how will be away from the toxic substance. This is the solution. Maybe third or second or fourth lecture I gave you. And the cocaine, you don't take any smoking. So if you smoke, huge toxic substance goes to your liver. And liver will be damaged, and finally you will have a cancer. The toxic benzene. So if you take a smoke food, preservatives, additives, they can have benzene like this. And leukemia will have it. Many kids, many people have a cancer because they don't know. So it does not have any solution in the world. Solution is to be away from them. Don't take any preservative, don't take food from the market, don't take the sweetener. As I told you, there's a toxic, many kinds of sweetener in the market. They make milk at home and they're selling to the people. They make yogurt at home without milk and selling to the people. There's a toxic because these are made in laboratory. They are using preservatives, additives, gluten, casein, heavy metal, arsenic, aluminium, mercury. They are using. These are all toxic. There's a toxic not only for liver, also for immunotoxicity. And this is only one lecture I give you only for how to remove the toxicity, how you to be away from the toxicity. I don't know you understand or not. Nephrotoxicity called kidney toxicity. So if your kidney is toxic, so kidney main duty is to remove the toxic substance from the body. But if your kidney is damaged or toxic, so wastage will not be out from your body. Then million of problem will come in your body. Wastage is not out from the body. Then blood hormonal problem will come, and fluid imbalance. If fluid is imbalance, it is very difficult for you to survive in the world. Maybe you can die, and your all problem will come if your toxic substance will remove from the
এখন
body.
সময়
This is very important. If you don't do, your kidney is not functioning, or if you don't go don't do urination several times in a day, you must be died. No option for you to be alive, because you remove the toxic substance from by the kidney.
স্যার অনেক সময় দেখা গেল প্রস্রাব আটকায় রাখা হয়, এটা কি কোনো সমস্যা হয় নাকি?
Bhayanok, dangerous. Don't do like this. It's not important to make the classes, take the classes, to keep the urine in your body. Don't do this. It will the pH unbalance. If pH unbalanced, blood will not function anymore. Hormonal unbalance means no hormone means no messenger will work in your body. Hormone works as a messenger. Electrolyte unbalance means your blood will damage. Blood is sustained on the electrolyte. This is very important for the and body fluid. Your body fluid will not maintain. Many problems will come. Even you can die, because you need to daily remove the toxic substance from the body continuously. It's very important. So the person who has there is a disease, common disease for the male come in Bangladesh, not Bangladesh, in the entire world. This is called prostate enlargement or prostate cancer. This is the highest number of boy, means male, died in the world by prostate cancer, and highest number of ladies in the world died by the breast cancer. These two diseases are common in the world. Male died by prostate and female died by breast cancer. A prostate cancer means your urine will not flow, means your prostate will enlarge and urine flow will stop. You will go several times to the bathroom, but urine will not come. But you need to force, and then urine will come. Means your kidney damage and also prostate will enlarge. This is very important. And these are coming from the chemicals. If you don't take any chemicals, this problem will never come to your life. And currently, I am treating more than 100 patients only at Gano Vishwavidyalaya. All have a prostate problem, kidney and prostate problem. More than 100. Currently, still, I am doing this. And maybe most of them, you know this. Most of them are teacher in there. Most of them are employee in there. And someone has the relatives of employee, but they are also working with someone. But most of this is happening of the chemical toxicity. Chemical toxicity, unwanted chemicals you are taking daily to your body, like medicine, pesticide, heavy metals, food toxicity, plastic toxicity, youth, and neurotoxicity. Neurotoxicity is like the neurological disorder like autism, ADD, ADHD, Alzheimer, Parkinson, Huntington, and it's a kind of disease. This disease called anexopathies. Anexopathies means demyelination, neurotransmission, neuronopathies. This kind of disease means memory loss. You cannot memorize, so your memory is going to be lost. This is also neurotoxicity. It's a very critical issue now. So 1 out of 4 kids are autistic almost in the entire world, going to be like this because of the toxic chemical.
কথা বলবো স্যার, বলতেছি যে আপনার এই যে হেপাটিক ইনফ্লামেশন বললেন, না সরি হেপাটিক ইনফ্লামেশন বললেন, ওইটা কি আপনার হেপাটিক ক্যান্সারের কোনো পূর্ব লক্ষণ নাকি?
Yes, I can back now. This, yes, inflammation of the liver.
হেপাটিক ইনফ্লামেশন থাকলে কি হেপাটিক ক্যান্সার হইতে পারে?
High chance.
তাই তো?
High chance. At first symptom will be fatty liver. Second symptom will be liver inflammation. And third symptom will be death of means necrosis, means death of cell going to be dead. And then bile salt, when cell will death, the bile salt will return back to the liver. Bile salt is a kind of toxic. It will return to the liver, then cancer will come.
আমি আক্রান্ত হয়েছিলাম স্যার হেপাটাইটিস সি দ্বারা আর কি, তাহলে আমার কি একটু সাবধান থাকা লাগবে স্যার?
হেপাটাইটিস কি আক্রান্ত হয়েছে তুমি?
সি দ্বারা আক্রান্ত হয়েছিলাম।
হেপাটাইটিস
সি?
C?
হ্যাঁ জি।
Yes, hepatitis C. Hepatitis C, are you still hepatitis C positive?
না স্যার, এখন ইনশাআল্লাহ ভালো হয়ে গেছে আর কি।
Okay, so you need to be away from the toxic chemicals. This is the solution. No other medicine existed in the market. So away toxic means you need to be away from the pesticide, food from the market, sweetener from the market. So you need to eat only cooking food. I am only eating at cooking food. I don't take any other food from the anywhere.
মশলাও মনে হয় বেশি ব্যবহার করা যাবে না, তাই না স্যার?
Of course not. Masala is a kind of toxic substance. But you have phytochemistry. You study phytochemistry.
জি স্যার, করছি স্যার অল্প
You
মাত্রায়।
understand something in there?
জি জি
You understand something in phytochemistry?
জি, কিছু জানি স্যার।
You know how to remove phytochemicals from the spices. You know this steam distillation, volatile method.
Volatile.
So you
Volatile.
cannot throw the spices we are using in our cooking. So if you use phytochemistry, so in the phytochemicals, there you cannot heat. If you heat phytochemicals, it will be toxic. So we are using in our spices, in our cooking, and then heating means it is going to be toxic. This is why liver problem are common in our country. You need to avoid, but you will take the spices. Of course, you will take, but not heating. You need to take as a medicine. Of course, phytochemicals are very good. That's a medicine. Phytochemistry is the medicine, medicinal chemistry. Phytochemistry is the medicine, real medicine. 1,000 years before, people are only using phytochemicals. In Europe, if you go to the Europe, millions of people are using now phytochemicals as a medicine, but they are not using phytochemicals in their food, but we are using, because phytochemicals mainly started from the spices, but we are taking daily now, but we are using in our cooking. But when you cook, if you study properly the phytochemistry, if you cook this phytochemical will convert it to the toxic. So this is why we are suffering from
অক্সিডেশন ঘটে বোধহয় ওখানে, তাই না স্যার?
exactly, because phytochemicals contain pi electron. Pi electrons will be toxic. Pi electron is oxidized. So if you heat, it will be toxic. But there is a special method.
ইউরোপ আমেরিকায় তো ওরা স্পাইসি ফুড বেশি খায় না, বেশিরভাগই
ওরা spicy use করে. They are using spices, but they use as a medicine. They make the tea, they drink, they make juice, they make like this.
তা ধরেন আপনার আমরা যে চা খাই স্যার, চাতে তো হিট দিই, এক্সট্রাকশন তো হয়, তাই তো?
কিছুই হয় না, zero. Because tea contain the phytochemicals. Tea is polyphenol, but polyphenol is water soluble. But you are making the tea with what? No, so oil soluble. But you are making the tea with water, so your body is not getting any phytochemical, zero. So means when you make the tea, you need to use the oil. Before drinking the tea, you need to use butter, oil, coconut oil, olive oil, like this. Then if you drink, you will get the result. Otherwise, you will have zero result. We are drinking tea, but zero result we are receiving. No phytochemicals coming to our body. Into our body. Wait for 2 minutes. I'm coming.
আচ্ছা, বুঝতেছি স্যার। আচ্ছা স্যার, ধন্যবাদ স্যার।
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Any question? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So neurotoxicity, as I told you before, how neurotoxicity by heavy metal. And neurotoxicity, you know, CNS, central nervous system, has the two part, brain and spinal cord. And remaining outside the peripheral, and remaining are peripheral. So if you go to the doctor, you have a leg pain. One leg you have pain, but one finger, one leg is pain. Go to the doctor, they will prescribe the calcium. What type of study, what type of education they have, I don't know. So if you have a calcium problem, it is generally full body will have a problem, because calcium is not like a particular area have a problem. So calcium will not circulate it. So only one leg will show the calcium deficiency, other leg will not show. How calcium will understand? So I need to only the left leg or right leg. They will go to the doctor, they prescribe like this. The main problem is nervous system problem, neurotoxicity, but they will not think like this. They'll okay. But if you have all bone problem, top to bottom, everywhere bone is problem, then you can think, okay, it has calcium problem. But if you have a particular area of the muscle is problem, is peripheral damage, peripheral system damage. If you have a spinal cord problem, mainly your teacher, pharmacy teacher, what is the name of this guy? Is like a Hindu guy. What is his name? Two teacher, one is Niloy Babu, Piyush. He has a big problem in the spinal cord, and he's taking a long time. After a long time, spinal cord, he's taking the calcium tablet. I told to them, did you get any result after applying this? No, we see zero result. This is not the problem. Your problem is central nervous system, nerve problem. So when I prescribe in the nerve problem medicine, the problem is solved within a day. So this is, you need to know. This is called neurotoxicity, means nervous system problem, nerve problem. 6 billion nerve from brain to the entire body is connecting. 6 billion, more than around 6 billion nerves. One is through the bone. This is called spinal cord, and the peripheral. Outside is peripheral. And if this is toxic,
যদি দেখা গেল আমার হাড় ক্ষয় হয়ে যাচ্ছে, সেই ক্ষেত্রে আমি বলতে পারি যে আমার ক্যালসিয়ামের ঘাটতি ঘটেছে, তাই তো?
হাড় ক্ষয় কি one leg or two leg, both leg? Which leg?
both legs, স্যার। যদি দুই লেগে হয়।
Yes, but bone is not only the calcium. Bone is protein, collagen. Bone is different issue. When I give you the lecture on bone, this is different issue. Bone is, you need to. Did you follow the advanced pharmacology course?
জি জি।
Advanced pharmacology courses. Who is taking your advanced pharmacology? Who is your teacher?
জি স্যার।
Advanced pharmacology. Who is your teacher in the course of advanced pharmacology course?
স্যার এখনো শুরু হয় নাই স্যার অ্যাডভান্স ফার্মাকোলজি পড়ানো।
Yes, I will mainly I will teach this course. So this course is responsible for me. So in this course I tell you what bone material.
When will we start, sir? Sir, when will you start the course with us?
I don't know, because this course is responsible for me, but they did not say, your university did not say anything to me about this course, but this course is responsible by me. Okay, so bone is different issue. Bone is the not only calcium. Calcium is the binding material. For example, when you make the home, so cement is the binding material, but it contains many other things. The rod, cement, and the sand, many things. The cement is the, so in your bone is calcium is the not calcium. Calcium hydroxyapatite is the binding material. So if you take calcium, it will not solve. It's a kind of business, it's a kind of doing business on the market. Did you see after taking calcium tablet, anyone can solve the problem? No, I don't see anyone solve the problem, because they don't know. Doctor don't know what happened. Doctor needs to know. So you need to study the tissue. This is called histology. If you know the histology, so if you want to be a doctor, so I will teach you histology. If you have PharmD degree, my plan is to change your degree B.Pharm to PharmD. When your degree will change PharmD, then histology will come, because histology you need to know. If you know the bone, then you can apply which medicine you need to prescribe to the patient. Someone has a bone problem, calcium will not solve anymore the problem, because bone is not only the calcium. 90% of the bone is the collagen. and only 1 and 2% is the calcium, but doctor prescribing and 1 and 2% calcium, but calcium will not directly absorbed by the bone. The bone is absorbed by hormone, through hormone. So you cannot prescribe the calcium to the patient. The respiratory toxicity, neurotoxicity, respiratory. Respiratory toxicity is two part, upper respiratory and lower respiratory. Upper, let's say nose, as a pharynx, larynx, and trachea, means nose to throat to the nose. This is called throat, pharynx, larynx, and trachea, means throat,
এখন সময়
nose, and the backside. These three. This is called upper respiratory. Lower respiratory means bronchi, bronchos, lung, and alveoli. Means throat to the lower part means close to the lung. Bronchi. So if someone has the bronchitis, means it's problem like it cannot breathe, and nose is blocked, and throat is blocked, throat is infected, and lung is blocked, like whatever we see the coronavirus patient. Oxygen, they say oxygen. The problem is somewhere. Problem is not there. Problem is toxic. They're using million of ton chemicals in the market now. They say they want to kill the corona, but at the same time they're killing the patient, people. Because if you use the toxic chemical, if you use the chemical on hand or several times, this will inhale through your nose. When you go to the nose, it will make the toxicity of your lung, nose, bronchioles, and the larynx, pharynx, trachea, all will be toxic. And then you will not be able to breathe. When I go to the market, I say, if you use the chemical, I will not come to your shop. I asked to the shop. When I access to the shop, in the top, the supermarket shop, I asked them, if you spray anything inside the shop, I will not come to the shop. Because it is toxic substance, the air condition. Inside the air condition, they use fresh air fresher. Do you know how dangerous the air fresher? Serious toxic. Nose, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchial, lung, alveoli. This will be toxic, and you will not be able to breathe. A breathing problem will come, but we are giving blame to the corona. But corona is not responsible like this. Corona is not create any problem, such kind of problem. Asthma, emphysema, allergic alveolitis, fibrillary lung disease, pneumococcosis, lung cancer. And these are all our corona symptoms, respiratory system. So breathing problem, oxygen saturation, they say his patient oxygen saturation is less. Corona affected, but corona is less than 1% problem. But 99.99% problems comes from the toxicity, and they are using daily. Huge toxic chemical they are using. They're half an hour, 10 minutes, they're putting toxic substance on the hand, and they're washing the hand. The people who are doing this, you can ask them, they have more problem than you. And poor people, they are, I see on the street, in the Sabhar, I see the people are begging on the street. He does not have, his nose is under the surface, and huge dust is going to his nose, but he does not have any respiratory problem because he's not taking any toxic substance. He's not taking any more toxic substance. Toxic substance we are using a lot. Soap we are using toxic. Spray we are using toxic. Fresh air freshener toxic. Perfume toxic. Serious toxic. The people who use perfume for a long time, ask them, has an asthmatic problem. Serious asthmatic problem. They use cream on the face, use cream enter the body, ask them, serious asthmatic problem has come. Because there's a toxic substance. They are using soap several times. The people who go to the bathroom and use soap several times on the hand, these are serious toxic. Reproductive toxicity means in libido and impotence, means boy will not have any sexual activity, will not have impotence. Libido and impotence means less sexual activity, infertility. Women will not have any fertility. So many ladies in the educated section in Europe almost 70% boys do not have any libido. Means they don't have any sexual desire, and their sperm is very less, like less than 40%. If the guy is sperm less than 40%, they cannot fertilize the egg. So ladies also say infertility. So it is like a Europe, in the entire world, population growth are negative. Europe, America, Russia, entire world, only population positive in the Muslim world, particularly in the Bangladesh, India, and Pakistan. These countries, Muslim countries only, because they are still away from the toxic substance. But the modern Muslim countries like Turkey, if you go there, they're modern Muslim countries, they're drinking alcohol, they're using huge toxic substance. Population growth is negative in there. In Iran, they're modern Muslim countries. Iran is a modern Muslim country. They are using also huge chemicals and toxic substance. Population growth is also negative in there. In Corona, which Muslim country is highest affected by Corona? Iran, because their lifestyle is Western, they follow the Western culture. They are Muslim just as Muslim. They are drinking a lot of alcohol, that they are using huge chemicals, they are taking huge medicine. Their lifestyle fully Western culture. This is why they affected more Corona in there. Symptom shows more in there. More people died in there than Japan, than China, Macau, Taiwan, Vietnam, Singapore, etc. This area, because this area they're not following the Western culture. They have their own culture. But many Muslims, Saudi Arabia, they're following the Western culture. Qatar, they're following Western culture. This area is more affected than the Muslim, because they are not Muslim, they're modern Muslim. They're say 80% is Western Christian, 10% you can say Muslim. They're clothed by cloth, wearing their clothes, this is their Muslim, but their lifestyle is not Muslim. They're taking huge chemicals. This is why population growth is also negative in there. Drug toxicity, I told you, this point I discussed already. Liver, gastric ulceration, hepatitis, this is, and drug toxicity in liver, this is I told you. Drug toxicity in heart and kidney, this is I told you. Taste and smell problem. They say, listen carefully, very carefully, this is what you need to say. If your nose 30 days, 40 days, your nose, if you lost your smell from in your nose, means you have Corona. What type of imagination, what type of thinking of the doctor, what type of thinking of the people? So if you bromotriptyne, this is the chemical, the D-penicillamine, and the methaxyl, and this is just 4 medicine I put in there. If you take this medicine, you lost your taste and smell both. Then you will go to the test, they will say you have a Corona positive. Many medicine, if you take, their side effects is you lost the smell and lost the taste. Taste and smell, all will lose. How it can be the Corona? 1% can be the many medicine in the market. You will see, if you take this, you will lose your taste and smell. For example, anti-cancer drug, arsenic causes like this. Infertility and sexual dysfunction, I tell you. Cimetidine is, many people are taking cimetidine. Benzodiazepines. These molecules are taking, this is addictive drug, psychotic drug, the antidepressant drug, antipsychotic drug, like blood pressure drug. This type of drug is a gynecomastia, is enlargement and swelling of the male breast tissue. So this type of chemical, so people who are taking antipsychotic, anti-blood pressure, anti-depression, like this type of drugs taking for a long time, they will have sexual dysfunction and infertility, either both, or ladies and guys both. And this is common in the educated people. The people who know some education, who have some education in Bangladesh, they're going there, they're buying diazepam, thiazepam, clobazam, propanol, risperidone, benzodiazepine, this type of medicine they're taking daily. So if you continue this medicine, infertility and sexual dysfunction will come. Will happen. This is common. This is also I tell you before. This is the lecture for today. Do you have any question? Hello? Hello?
No, sir.
No question? Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this part I will send you. Whatever the lecture, but this will not help you anymore. You need to study more books.
Yes, sir.
But this one I will send you. So you understand something?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So we will change the time or we will keep the time like this time, 9 o'clock, or we will change evening. What do you think? Because the internet connection is, because this is the peak hour, 9 to 10 is the peak hour, everyone using the internet. So this time internet connection will be slow. This is the common. So you can shift the time evening. I think evening will be, internet will be more stronger. What do you think?
Yes, sir.
That's a good
Okay,
idea.
if you want to change the time, you can send me the message.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, bye. Good night.
Good night.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Assalamu alaikum.